Okay, so Solana, the last time we looked at this was just roughly gauging an entry somewhere down here in January of 2024, where we were talking about a potential bottom side of just around 84. Well, the entry was 84.31 for this, right? And we were going to make a move here all the way up to the target of $117.17, of which you can see here that we nailed pretty perfectly. So that was the last time we actually looked at Solana here, guys, and that really interesting. And I mean, an almost $40 jump there was very good. And this was, yeah, a specific moment for this. But speaking forward here on Solana, I will like to talk about this now, guys, because this is getting ready for a little bit of a pop here. And not only that, there are some little coloring book formations here, right? Like an inverse head and shoulders, all good, right? And it feels actually as though it is invalidating a larger head and shoulders. So fair enough on that. And I do think that there is a very unique setup here, guys, at this, as this would be more of a macro time frame, higher low formation, right? This usually suggests, you know, a retracement of your local highs. So that would be local highs are literally $300 on this. So, well, yeah, I guess I would have to speak on that now. So let's go ahead and start this off now. I'm gonna display the immediate short-term targets via psychology here, and then get into some of those statistics, right, guys? So this is a formation here that's consistent of, you know, around two or three shoulders of this inverse head and shoulders, right? Which means it just could be in a larger time frame, whatever, right? So these are your shoulders right up in here, right? And that displays, yeah, well, that displays its current strength. So if I were to suggest maybe just two shoulders, and it's starting from this point, well, I think I could use a very nice, yeah, horizontal line to determine the target. Now, if I'm using this shoulder here, well, that would mean that I could use a regressive line, right? So that would be somewhere along the lines of, yeah, just about this right here, which, you know, in some shape or form, we are kind of connecting nicely. So this means that I'm going to be able to give you two different targets, right? So this would be your neckline and neckline here. So let's go ahead and look at your first target, right? Neckline to the very lowest part of your trading here. So that would be right about there. And you apply this to your center of the right hand shoulder, right? So that's one target here, suggesting a 198.92, and your upside target based on the secondary outlook on this, which I typically like to look at your lower targets as the higher probability, because of course, you know, and then we would apply it here to the same area. Now this one is speaking about $208, so just a slight difference in their output values. So I will say that the hard target is pretty close to there, right? In fact, we have this support down here, and we also have a little bit of support right over here, or resistance, right, guys? So yeah, so I think that given that there will be an ebb and flow on this, yeah, we have some resistances coming up that are local, of course, but I would say that the more yeah, you know what? I think I would say that the more hard target on this would potentially be your psychological top of around that 198.87 to roughly these top sides right here, using this inflection zone as your 50%, as well as this one right here at the 50%. So yeah, 209.67 to 198.87 based on psychology here. So can we validate a continuation to the upside using you know, statistics here? Because yeah, if we take an unnatural Fibonacci retracement on this, well, we could take a look that we already have, immense confluence here towards your 2.618, and you know, close enough here to your 3.272. So that's already looking pretty damn good. And yeah, I will say that it does have geometric confluence as well. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at your immediate short-term granular time frame volatility, yeah, historical volatility paired with momentum here, and see what that's currently looking at. Stochastic momentum oscillator, usually pivoted to the upside, is your bias for direction. Now your linear volatility would just be, think of this as your your acceleration, right? Acceleration would be like in a car, right? So you're accelerating towards that upside. That just means that it's not directional. It just means that there's more participation in the market, right? Contraction would be less participation in the market. So if you do have an upside bias on stochastics, that would be your direction. Okay, guys. So before we continue, do me the favor, make sure to hit that like button, right? Subscribe to the channel. Do everything necessary to get this thing to live long, thrive, and survive. My name is Arca, and should have done that a long time ago, but all good. We are here now doing it, right? So let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here, guys, right? 5-minute time frame suggesting that upside even still pretty nicely. A little bit of weakness in there, but all good. Let's see, 10-minute time frame does certainly have an upside continuation. Very likely for this to continue as it's over in around 1 minute 45. Likely for this thing to start expanding here pretty soon. 15-minute time frame displaying upside as well. We have, yeah, this is about to shift here too, and upside bias still there. 20-minute time frame, 11 minutes to close with an upside, still about to curve, and this is still moving on that upside, likely upside. And 30-minute time frame does have still a little bit of a kink. It's not actually pivoted or not, you know, it's not postured to that downside specifically just yet. And take a look at that hammer candle down here, right? That's your reversal potential, your V shape here, right, guys? So hourly time frame would be that about that your 30-minute actually. Yeah, actually it would be, man, can I do that? You know what? I think I could afford actually one more time frame. Oof, yeah, hourly time frame would be the one, guys. So, yeah, total upside would be on an hourly basis, $1.50 on tap, or just about $1.51 as well. That'll give you a top side of 158.90, which is what we were just talking about here, resisting at the 158.38, and yeah, so I think honestly that there is a bit of resistance coming up here, but that doesn't mean that it's the end of it. It just means that this is roughly when some downside may start from the immediate short term. So should it continue, it would be 2 hours worth, and just about 3 hours worth of downside, which, by the way, over in an hour and 10 could have already happened. So let's see, $2.37. $2.37, my apologies. That would take you to a low of 155.98, and the low that we reached was 156.94. So I mean, that's fair enough. It could be the down. It could be that may very well have been it. And should we continue the upside now because of this posturing and the upside bias on a 3-hour time frame? My goodness, this, you know, the upside on this would actually be more. So let's see, 4-hour time frame does it is not curved all the way to the downside here, still looking pretty damn good, and we just opened it. And let's see, 6-hour time frame still with an upside there, no downside pivots, just oh my goodness, your 8-hour time frame looking special. Oh man, 12-hour time frame is now starting to get into that gravitational zone of stochastics and about to explode out of that volatility. Guys, this is getting ready for a pretty gnarly upside here. A two-day time frame, huge upside bias and massive contraction coming in. This is likely going to be a pretty big move, guys. 3-day time frame suggesting upside from critical contraction. Oh my goodness. Yeah, let me just shortcut you, right? 4-day upside, 5-day upside, weekly upside, critical contraction even still. So we would be looking at still there, man, upside monthly. Whoa, okay. From the open of your quarter, that's all I can see from here, right? From the open of your quarterly bar, which just happened just 10 days ago, 9 days ago, this has an ATR on tap of around $82. So see you at $237, man. So $237.12 is presently what it's suggesting, right? So if we were to use, I just can't tell if it's a downside pivot, right? So I think it'd be safer if we went to the bi-monthly where it is downside, at least there, right? So that's giving you $66.21 on tap. So that would be an ATR top of just about $221. So that feels a little safer for me to observe. So $221 is what the bi-monthly is suggesting. So let's go back to our analysis here and find out what we were suggesting. All right. Well, we were suggesting a 228.53. 221 would actually be located as a hard target right about here. It would just be, I mean, yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. Just about this point here. 225.84 to 219.40. So we were already pretty damn close. And check this out. Bam. Another 618 confluence, 3 spot 618 to the 3 spot 272, getting a little closer there, guys. Yep. Yeah, heads up on this, guys. I am looking at a massive upside continuation on this, and seeing that we still have some immediate short-term pressure. I mean, barely any pressure here. It's still it's still suggesting an upside. The next technical pullback would probably be to test somewhere around the 157.61. Actually, 150. Okay, here it is. It's at entry like nowish, right? But that would be an aggressive trade. Should this be traded like traditional traders would trade? Well, your entry signals upon a pullback from realizing a pullback up here of around 157.81. It could even go all the way to 157.89. In fact, let's just go ahead and mark off your resistance like this, right? Top side expected on this move would just be before a technical pullback, right? That would be roughly 157.88 to 157.99 pullback into start, to start validating the supports of this range right down here. So this could be potential risk on price action, right? Of course, you can still have a little bit further downside here because there is an inflection zone that's pretty confluent with a lot of things. Emergency target to the downside, 157.34, everything within the 157 target, by the way. So yeah, receipts on this, right? Short-term trade, you can go ahead and even realize some take profits around there, but why would you do that, right? I think that this is just a resistance for us to observe for the more immediate short term. As the move to the upside, guys, your short term trade would actually be best at around 158.38. If you even decide to do that, I don't know why, but there it is. All right. But yeah, guys, entry conditions could be right down here. Let's put the receipts on this so that you can kind of know what the play is doing. This can be, it's the hardest thing to do here is to kind of validate time. Right. So, but if this thing is moving just around $7.73 any day, and we're looking at a 200 and some odd dollar target all the way up there, well, that can take like it depends on how far we squeeze too, right? It could take like a week, 2 weeks, maybe even 3, who knows, guys. But yeah, I wouldn't expect it in one shot. It could take its time. All right. So second target up here would be that one, and of course this one right over here. But now you know the top side targets on Solana so far, guys. Looking pretty damn good. I feel like you should be very careful when betting in the markets right now, right, guys? I know that we're feeling extremely bullish, right? But always be careful for traps, and ask me any questions you may have. All right, guys. You can actually find the course that you can join for the beginners starting in July 26th. True beginners, right? Learning how to trade from the very beginning. What is a candle? What's a chart, right? So go ahead and get in touch with me through the link in the description below. It's $100 for a 9-week mentorship live with me. And of course, I am selling also the algorithmic, your algorithms right down there. Okay, guys, indicators through the means of Arca Trade Systems, which is myself. And we're going to be signing with a broker exchange here pretty soon. So we're going to be doing some automated trading via my algorithms. All right, guys. So thank you very much. And I think this is a pretty good place to leave off. And I wish you well. All right, team. Adios and adios. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever, ever. I need you to do your own due diligence, and everything will be cool. But with that said, team, I wish you well, a very, very good rest of your night and or day, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios, team. Oh, yeah.